Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment, all those good things. But without further ado, let's get started. Now, I enjoy all types of video games, for the most part. And that includes sports games. Now, I know for some of my fellow gamers, sports games ain't really their thing. A lot of the sports gamers, they only play sports games. But I grew up in a competitive household, so we play everything. And that includes sports games. That also a lot of times means just sports games. So I wanted to talk about one that birthed my competitiveness, more so than just regular competitiveness. And it's another one of those games where I wanted to get better at. I just had to keep playing it. And it is the legendary, and according to me and my people and my sources, the best entry in the series, Tecmo Super Bowl. Not Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo Super Bowl. Now, this game is great for a multitude of reasons. First and foremost, we talked about it before, presentation. You got to remember, this is the early 90s, right? Presentation isn't really a thing yet. They barely can make the characters look like football players on the field at this point, right? We just got Tecmo Bowl a couple of years before, big things. Walter Payton and Bo Jackson are cheap, but, very successful game, right? A lot of people know it. A lot of people enjoyed it. I kind of liked it. I mean, it's good. Let me be clear. It's good. But when Tecmo Super Bowl, when I first played that, and I'm talking about, this is like 92, 93, I'm barely watching football, but I loved Tecmo Super Bowl. First and foremost, we got all the teams now, not just some of them. Then the presentation is on a 10. Got all the pageantry of the NFL. Then they started adding these cutscenes in between, certain moves and actions. And I don't know, I love it. I'll play that game right now. It also sparked my love for the San Francisco 49ers. That's right, go Niners. Yes, I was a kid in the Chicagoland area in the early 90s. And all I heard about was the glory days of the 85 Bears in the Super Bowl shuffle. And to that I said, phooey, do not care. Because I was a kid in the 90s and nobody can tell me about nobody except Jerry Rice, the best football player ever. I said it, okay? Probably not true, but whatever, all right? I was a 6-year-old kid and I was enamored. He was a wide receiver, which means he wasn't getting hit a lot, which is something I definitely wanted to avoid, being a very small child, right? He looked like if I just tried hard enough and I put enough heart into it, I could be like him. Totally false, but that's just how I felt at the time. So they got things like the playbook, which I used to always change my plays because they're not taking full advantage of my team's skill set with the plays they have by default, right? And then my brothers, who fostered this competition by beating me mercilessly over and over and over again, to the point where, yes, I was literally crying. And my mom would do her famous line whenever somebody started crying while playing the game, which is turn it off. And so I would have to try to suppress my sadness and anger and hurt so we could keep playing Tecmo Bowl, because I didn't want to be the cause of us having to cut the game off. The season mode was really cool because you could have multiple people playing in the season. And when y'all met on the schedule, you pull out the 2 controllers and you get after it. That happened one time where my brother played the Lions because he was a big Barry Sanders fan. And I was playing the 49ers, as I'm one to do. And for whatever reason, my brother Justin was playing with an AFC team. I want to say the Bills, if I'm not mistaken, because normally he played the Cowboys. But he was like, we pretty much be weeding each other out within the first few rounds of the playoffs. Let's see if we can get both of us in the Super Bowl. So it comes down to the NFC Championship. Lions going against the 49ers. And I am doing well. And this is the first time where I'm winning in Tecmo Bowl against one of my brothers in the playoffs. This is not a regular occurrence, okay? And I do one of my favorite plays, which was the reverse flea flicker. And Jerry Rice is wide open. And I mean, as soon as I launch it, it goes into the cutscene. Joe Montana is putting everything into this throw. And there he is, streaking down the sidelines. Number 80. And of course he catches it, but it goes into the cutscene to show him really putting his hands on the ball. So you know it's in there, it's secure, it's snug. And I score. And my older brother, he didn't handle that very well. Because, of course, my brother Justin is egging Ron on, saying like, oh my God, Darius is going to beat you. And he could not take it. And we had a top loader NES at the time. And he throws the controller at the game and it hits the cartridge perfectly to where not only it knocks it out of the top loader, but it splits into 3 pieces. Each side of the shell and then the actual cartridge in the middle. And I didn't even know that's what it really looked like. And that was like the funniest thing because he was so upset, because for once it was not me crying and being sad on the sidelines. I was going to get the glory. I was going to be a winner. Now in the Super Bowl, we don't need to talk about what happened, but let's just say the Bills finally got them one that year. But I'm pretty sure that some of you have some Tecmo Super Bowl stories, and I would love to hear them. So please let me know in the comments some of your favorite Tecmo Super Bowl moments. And, you know, I would love to see this series come back. I know they tried to do some variations of it, and it's all weird now with the NFL licensing and all that stuff. But, you know, there is a community of people out there who update the games, and they have a whole league, and, you know, there's championships and there's different structures and rule sets and everything. And I think that's amazing. And if you ever get a chance to check it out, I invite you to do so. It's really cool. You can just look up Tecmo Super Bowl or Tecmo Bowl championships or anything like that, and you'll see the updated versions and stuff. It's still on the NES, but they've updated the teams and everything and rosters, and they keep it going, and I think that's cool. But I would love to see somehow they figure out how to capture the essence of the 2D, but they add the cutscenes and stuff and maybe take it a step further. I don't know. I just thought that was like, it was mind blowing for me as a kid, and it sucked me in immediately. But yeah, I appreciate y'all checking it out. Let me know what you think. Have fun. Be safe. Peace.